Alright, let's start with this one. This is my Charvel Pro Mod DK2, I think it's called, and it has a few mods, as you can tell. Very cool guitar, I must say. This is like a super duper ergonomic and smooth, and look at all these like cutouts and contours, and the placement of the jack is right here, and it's a roasted neck. I went to buy it from a dude, had to go like, you know, to his apartment, and he was like, I don't need this one, I have other ones. And I was like, dude, you're selling this one? Like, this is a fantastic guitar. All the parts are amazing. These are Seymour Duncans. And yeah, so what I did to this, as you can see, is mostly these cosmetic things. I mean, as most guitars that I have, I do cosmetic changes to them. And then these are starting to show that they are, you know, not so fresh anymore, especially I've used them so much. And then I did this kind of wooden pattern decal. The color I wasn't so sold on at the beginning, but I am pretty sold on it right now. It's a little like fleshy pink. I don't know what to call it. So pros and cons. For pros, definitely, again, usability. Like, this is the truss rod adjustment wheel right here, amazing. SSH. This pot is really smooth, like really super duper smooth. This, and it will go all the way, as you can hear with the click maybe. And this as well has like a little notch here, so it kind of, yeah, I think it just takes out the pot completely out of the circulation, so that's amazing. Alder body, so it's a very nice. It doesn't have stainless steel frets, which is a little bit of an annoying thing. The cons, I think that I lost the whammy bar. I can't really say there's many cons of this guitar, to be honest. The price is also good. I mean, the biggest con it has is like lack of stainless steel frets, but like, it's not a con, right? It's just part of it. So yeah, close to none, I would say. Go get one. This is my Fender Precision bass. It's a Pro 2 model. It has a very cool backplate, has strings through body right here, reflects a lot of this light, but whatever. This is an EMG pickup that I have painted pink and made these little dots, I mean, along with the painting that it has. The knobs aren't painted, they just for some reason really fit with the color. The neck has these Space Invaders. I did add a tuner here, that's not visual, but I did. And this EMG pickup I've had for like, I don't even know, 10 years, and it just traveled between the guitars. And this one is strung with flat wounds, flat wound Cobalt, Ernie Ball Cobalt. If anyone from Ernie Ball is watching, amazing string. Please supply me with a lifetime of Ernie Ball Cobalt flat wounds. It started with a white pickguard, and it's a little like, I think it's called Miami Blue. The color is amazing, I really like it, but it's also because I'm a Steve Harris fan, and Steve Harris used to play a blue bass. It's not the same tint, but it's like, I think it's better than Steve Harris's. Great bass, I love it. It's an amazing bass. I just had to get it from, you know, imported and from a store, and nobody sells those, and etc. So as a pro, I can say it has a lot of cool things about it. Like, it has the reinforced neck, very cool finish to the back of the neck, really can recommend that. Strings through body, the plate here. But other than that, it's a P-bass, and P-bass cannot really go wrong. And the con of this bass is definitely the price tag and the kind of Fender logo you're paying for. Because again, like, if you buy a Squier P-bass and tune it up, it's good to go. The reason why I got this one is because this was like my pinnacle of my, you know, bass playing and my Steve Harris kind of fanboyism. I don't know what to call it. In retrospect, would I have not gotten it? I mean, I probably still would have, but this is one of the basses where like, I wish the price tag was half because it makes no sense to spend so much on a bass in my opinion. But yeah, this, I had to have it, so here it is. And it's really nice. Okay, moving on to probably my crown jewel, and this is a funny story. But what is this? This is an Ibanez or Ibanez or however you say it. I had a friend who called it Ibanez, but it's not Ibanez, it's Ibanez or Ibanez. This is a very cheap Paul Stanley signature. I think it's made in China, Paul Stanley PS something something for, you know, close to no money. And as you can see, it's not that anymore. So what happened is that I had a Iceman 700, something like that, like a pretty spec'd out one, and I sold it to my dad. But before I did, he got this one because it was like super cheap on Thomann, and he was like, oh, this is nice, but the neck is thick and whatever. So when I sold him the other one, I was just like, hey, are you gonna play this one, or are you just gonna, you know, have it in the storage? And he's like, no, you can play it. So I was playing it and I was like, well, you know, it's not the best guitar in the world, that's for sure. Has a vibe, and I wish I could practice my craft on it, so to speak. And he was like, yeah, you can keep it. So that's very nice, and thank you, Dad. But as you can see, it went through a lot of changes. This is not only visual. Like here, for example, is a button from Arcades, which actually I had more buttons here, but I decided against it in the end. And I have repainted it, I have changed the pickups, I have added all these red motifs. There's a little bit of a paint chip right here, but I can't be bothered to cover it. I have also done it on the back. The tuners are also red and gold. So it has EMGs. I am aware that these pickups are reversed. This one should be here and vice versa. Can't be bothered. Maybe one day I'll change it. I'm super duper like vibing with this guitar. Whenever I play it, I'm just feeling it, even if I'm not playing anything, you know, super exciting. Like Iceman is my favorite shape. I don't even know what kind of body this is, probably like Polonia or something. And I'm always like having to tune it, but it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a great vibe. And I mean, this guitar kind of shows what I want to play. Whenever someone asks like, what do you play? I'm like, metal, rock, and video games. This guitar kind of sells that. At least I hope. The only thing I really wanted to explore at some point, and I cannot find an answer, no matter where I look, is a neck replacement, because this is a shorter scale guitar or whatever, and nobody sells a neck replacement. Like, I would love to have like a roasted maple neck that kind of has a reverse headstock going on, so the keys are pointing downwards. I would love that, but there's nowhere I can get that. But I can definitely recommend that you get a cheaper guitar and you do something like this if you're feeling like it, because when you play this guitar, it just feels like it's yours, because it is. Like, I don't think anyone has a guitar like this close to, right? Like, anyway, that's that. Now for the bass that comes in pair with the Iceman is this one. It will say here that it is not really a Fender Precision bass, as you can see, because this is a vintage. It's not a vintage bass, it's the company's name is Vintage. And I got it because it was a cheap, very, very cheap P-bass. Had a cool vibe because, like, for example, all the wear and tear is already theirs, and you can see the neck nicely relicked, like tastefully relicked, feels nice as well. Like, honestly, the neck is amazing on this one. So what happened here is that I routed cavity with my friend, and then we put this pickup in, which we found in a local store that was closing. So he was like, oh, you can have it for this much money, and I was like, well, that's a steal, so I'll take it. And then it had a normal P-bass pickup, but I was like, you know, I always wondered how a guitar humbucker would sound in a P-bass, so I just did that. So I put the humbucker, EMG humbucker here, and then I ran out of the plastic, this, you know, pick guard, so I just taped it. It's been like this for like 2 years or something, and it, like, the tape is great. It sounds very interesting. I mean, you will hear, or you heard already, the sample, but it's a very interesting sound, kind of like early Cliff Burton, I would say. And it has a custom, you know, painting job done by me and my girlfriend, if the camera can focus. Things here and little guys and whatnot. So it's also a very personal guitar. Pros, again, personality. The sound, the playability of the neck is super nice. The cons, this, I don't know what this is, but this is some sort of cheap wood, because like it is super light and it is like beyond light. Right now it's balancing, but I had to actually replace the keys with these ones, the super light ones, because with the proper keys this was like head diving like this. So now it's a little better, but you can tell like, holy shit, this is paper, which obviously it isn't, but feels like. I can also recommend, if you're a bass player, to try something like this. Like, just try what you can get sound-wise. You know, we had P basses, we have jazz basses, we have humbucker, but we don't have like a humbucker and a guitar humbucker. So that's, I like it. I think it's really cool. And I take it to gigs because it's like this kind of bass that shows who I am and also costs not so much. So if for some reason it gets damaged, I'm like, all right, I'll just patch it up with more tape. Okay, here is Ibanez. Again, Ibanez, whatever. AZ. I'll be honest, I got this because there's so much hype over AZs in the guitar community. Like everybody and their mom plays an AZ. You know, it's like a Strat and an Ibanez, or Ibanez had a child. So I decided to give this one a try. It had a good price. And actually, this is the Indonesian one. This is not the Japanese one. Oh, sorry, I didn't show the headstock. I like this. This is a pretty vintage looking thing. Color is amazing. I mean, it looks super duper cool. That's also why I didn't do much to it. You might be surprised. The only thing I visually changed about this guitar is this 12 fret marker, which I made look like a little face. Like only the Indonesian one has this sort of color, and maybe the cheapest one as well, but the Japanese ones I've only seen like flat. And what the hell? Super spec'd out as well. Seymour Duncan's full bridge, Goto bridge. I'm pretty sure the tuning keys are like this. This is locking keys. They don't have the little wheels, but I've heard people complain about it, and honestly I like it. I don't know, maybe I haven't had it for so long that it's a problem, but there we go. Roasted maple. It's very dark. Like, I think it's a little more dark than I would have liked, but whatever, you know. And then this is the back. So compared to the Charvel, this is a way rougher axis, I would say. It's not as smooth, and it also doesn't have the wheel here. It has crossthread adjustment here, but it does have stainless steel frets. That is a big plus. And actually, this is a guitar that I was like debating getting, because I was like, I have the Charvel, which I already showed you, but it doesn't have stainless steel frets. So what I could do is just go to a luthier and have them replaced to be stainless steel. But I just really liked this finish, and I thought like, let me try an AZ, and if I hate it, I'll just sell it or whatever. But I don't hate it. It's a great guitar. Yeah, the cons, I would say, yeah, I don't know. There isn't much cons I can really say. The pros though, I mean, this is a switch here and then 5-point switch here. So you get 10 different sounds. And like, for example, I really like this position, which is the switch up, and the second position, because that's a single coil here and it's an amazing sound. It sounds like a Strat and it's really cool. Otherwise, you have your usual sounds, and it's really a comfortable guitar to play. I think the only con I would say is that if you have a Charvel, then this is a hard decision, but if you make it, I mean, it's pretty good, so yeah. Alright, so this is the bass that has the funniest story, I would say. This is a Japanese-made Fender Aerodyne precision bass, which looks like this, or it's called Aerodyne because it's like nicely contoured. Has a nice little cutout here as well. Nice transparent blue, which you cannot see that well here. And then nice transparent top, which is a little damaged, but whatever. EMGs and Badass bridge. Badass 2, actually. Original Leo Kwan, not the reissues, whatever. But I'm not saying they're bad, but like, this is the original thing. I wanted this bass ever since I was like 14, 15. Very long time ago at this point. And I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna look for it, you know. And it was like, well, I wouldn't say early days of the internet, but to me it was pretty alien to look for things on the internet. Couldn't find it. Like, people weren't selling this because this is a import only model that it's no longer in production. You can only get the second hand, and at this point it's probably like third or fifth hand, but you will not get this in the store, nor will you have been able to get this in the store when I was looking for it, right? And I've been looking and time was passing, and I eventually was like, oh, let's see, maybe now, you know, like every now and then. I wasn't looking every day, but like, and then I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, I just have a hunch and like, you know, I'll give it a check. Why not? I check it and there's one online and it says, here's so and so price. I'm like, ooh, that's a good price, but I mean, you know, probably in Japan or something. So again, I'm not gonna get one from Japan because it's gonna cost $8 million in import taxes. But the price was in my currency, and it turned out that this exact bass was just in a guitar shop 15 minutes away. And I wrote the guys and I was like, hey guys, super duper interested. And before I said I want to buy it, I said, how about the price? Can you make it a bit lower? And they're like, yeah, we can make it a bit lower. So I got this guitar not only just right here next door for a great price, but after 10 years of searching. It also plays well, it's not just a good gem. And I put this bridge has been on more basses than I can count. I can't remember, like honestly, I got this one also like 15 years ago or something like that. I still have the original packaging on my wall, I'm not gonna rip it. And it's been on my first bass, or my second bass, then on my third bass, and then on so many different basses. It's kind of insane, and I still have it here because I just like it. I know it's a hunk of metal, but I really like it. And it completes this bass because this is super long, you know, kind of thing, and it's amazing, and it yeah, sounds great too. I put in these passive EMGs. It sounds great. The cons is that it's, you know, it's like slightly vintage. So it has a few things that are like not so smooth, and yeah, shows a little bit of age, but other than that, it's an amazing bass. Yeah. Right, so for the last pair, I have another Charvel, so you can pretty much tell that my collection is mostly Charvels and Ibanez at this point, or Ibanez. I'm just gonna always say Ibanez or Ibanez, so get used to that. I just don't know, I like Strats, as I said, I like Strats, but I like Super Strats. Most of my collection is gonna be those. I had a Les Paul, I had an ES335 clone, etc, etc. This is the kind of style that I really like, and the Iceman, which is more like a looks guitar and makes me feel good. But like if I'm playing something and I need the highest performance, this is what I want. I've had this guitar for a long time, actually, like 5 years or so. I've done some changes to it. Visually, I mean, I only added this for the lulz, and this headstock has been hand painted by my girlfriend, because otherwise, I mean, it looks like this otherwise, you know, like there's a little Zelda sticker, by the way. But it looks like bare wood. And imagine this guitar, but with the headstock being bare wood. It just, no, right? It doesn't work. So she painted it, and now it's like amazing. This is a fantastic guitar. And my favorite pickups, I mean, I'm honestly, like, if I could have unlimited money, I would just put these in every one of the guitars I showed you, because this is my favorite pair and it looks the best. I love this hot pink kind of look. But this is a PAF and a Super Distortion, and this combo is just killer. I love it. Again, I would put it everywhere if I could, but I can't. This one is one with Floyd, and again, the arm is missing because I put it somewhere and I'll probably find it. 3 positions only, coil split here as well. And what I did here is actually, I don't know if many people know about this, but as you can see, this is a Floyd, but it doesn't have a locking nut. This is like a Graphtec something nut. I forgot what it's called. It's like, it is the size of a locking nut, but it's just this. And it works pretty well. I was, you know, skeptical a little bit. It actually works pretty well. So this guitar keeps in tune. It doesn't keep in tune as well as a Floyd Rose locking nut does. You don't have to spend, you know, 20 minutes tuning, right? You just tune up and that's it. This is it from the back. So super duper cool guitar. The con I have with this one, well, it's a little bit the weight, because I think this is Swamp Ash, so it's a little weighty. When you play it for a while, you can feel it. The other con is, and this is specifically to this guitar, this potentiometer is wacky. Like if I keep turning it, it will crack and it will do a lot of things. And I think it's been like that since the beginning. I just kind of ignored it, but it's gotten worse. So sometimes I have to like push it and keep pushing it until it clicks, and then like leave it and, you know, play and like make sure it doesn't move, because it's pretty wacky. But other than this, great guitar. And also the looks, really like the look. Anyway, speaking of, this is the pair bass. Obviously a pair. The only thing is these pickups are not pink. This is not a Charvel, this is a Spector. And Spector is amazing because they have made this neck finish themselves, and actually it's like a textured one. I don't know how well you can see it, but this is not paint, this is like actually the wood. 3-piece roasted maple. The body is very small and kind of, you see it's a little like warped, or it's not even a little, it's like curved. And I have never seen that before, so that's super interesting. This is EMGs, there is a EQ system here. Not much else I can say. This bass sounds amazing. Like this is a metal bass. I wouldn't play something that's not like hard rock or metal on this because it has a huge growl. and it's not very smooth. The pros is the looks, the feel, the finish, the materials. It's just an amazing bass. The cons is that's also a little like imbalanced, I would say. A little bit imbalanced. It's a little hard to play when you're playing it standing up. Maybe the EQ isn't like as good as it could be, but I mean, I'm not replacing it. I'm just tweaking the EQ on the amp instead. Last thing is, this is personal gripe. I don't like it when there's an angled headstock and there isn't like a volute, so a little bit extra wood here. And this is strictly because I'm a little paranoid, you know. I had a guitar and lo and behold, it was a Gibson, had its headstock snap on me. I'm always like a little wary that if a guitar neck has an angled headstock but it doesn't have a volute, it's like a little bit in risk. But I mean, obviously I'm taking care of these, so it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, I could recommend this. It's an amazing one. I think it's made in Korea, actually. It's made in Korea. Korean guitars are amazing. Indonesian guitars are amazing. Honestly, Chinese as well at this point. Japanese. So I have a lot of different countries of origin here, but that's gonna be it. There is one more pair of guitar and bass that I have, which I won't be showing here today. Maybe in a future video, but that's it. Thank you. See you next time.